I'm Kevin Agnes, and we are going to talk about sweep picking today. So this is another of the technique essentials. What I am basically trying to do is to cover a lot of the aspects of techniques that I think is overlooked a lot, and just give you kind of like my personal, like what I think is important about the different techniques. So when it comes to sweep picking, I think that one thing that's very, very important is the muting. So you gotta mute any string that you're not playing at, and you're only gotta play one note at a time. What's hard is when you're kind of borrowing between two different strings over the same fret. So let's say, so when you're playing on the D string, you gotta mute the G, and when you're playing on the G, you gotta mute the D. Other than that, just make sure that every note is like separated like that. Basically what sweeping is a form of legato, where you also have a lot of kind of leisure to make it more aggressive, like if you're digging more in, if you're adding like a slur that we're going to talk about a little bit later. So after muting, I think the right hand technique is extremely, extremely important. We're going to do an A minor arpeggio. When you're going down, you need to angle your pick like this. And when you're going up again, you'll do the opposite, like you angle it a little bit like this. Another important thing to keep in mind is that legato is very important, so you need to have control over your hammer-ons and pull-ups. Now, one very cool thing about sweeping is that you can target certain notes. So let's say we're in E minor still, you want to target that 9. It's very easy to do that slur, and just the fact that you're picking it instead of just sweeping across it is gonna make it like way more aggressive and just stick out a bunch more. And so forth, you could target like other notes. Say you're targeting the 7th. By the end of that, what you're hearing is this note. Or you could target the major 7th. That's the note that you're hearing, and I'm just gonna go through like a couple of like the slurry ones that, or how you can get started on that basically. So let's take C major. So this is combining legato along with sweep picking. So at first it's legato, and then you're sweeping up to the 5 and to the major 7th, and then you hammer on to the 9 as well. And then you pick going to like the flat 3, but there's no kind of like rhyme or reason behind that, so it's basically just accenting the 9 a lot more. Because you're not, after that, you're not hearing the minor 3rd at all. It's kind of just in there just slightly, just to spice it up a little bit. And so going up diatonically, we get D minor 9, E minor flat 9, F major 9, G9, A minor 9, B half diminished, and then back to C. And obviously, you would never play them diatonically up like that. It's kind of just like a little texture that's here or here or here. So if you're just playing in C, and so forth. It's kind of like a little texture, a little speed bump that you could do. Keep in mind that when you're going down, angle it, going up again, you gotta angle it the opposite way. And it's a very cool way to target specific intervals, because every interval, as we've talked about, has a certain feeling and mood to it. So when you target certain intervals, you make the listener feel something different. So right right now I was targeting like the 9th, but with a major 7th. And you could go through like any kind of mode that you would want. Well, to conclude, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. If you did, then leave a comment below. Let me know what you would like to see next time, and if nothing else, then I'll see you next week.